I've got a present for you.
Here we go. First game of the series. And interesting. We're going to call him Yul, same as we did before, but he starts as America. For anybody that saw the series, which was Osama versus Yul, he played Soviet and did play a game of Yuri, but he plays Allied here, which already showing off that he can play all three factions. For anyone that didn't see the series, it was Osama 1, Yul finished on 8. Very, very impressive out of him. He comes against Latof now. Must be mentioned that Latof is one of the best players in the world on CNC and on Rambo. However, over the years has come a hell of a lot more custom to RA2. Previously, I believe he did start out as a more of a Yuri's Revenge player, but Latof is so good he can play either. But this matchup would have preferred him a little bit more if it was an RA2, one would imagine. But welcome in Sanchez as well. So Latof playing Yuri's Revenge. It is a best of 13. I'm sponsoring this myself, so $20 available to the winner. We also have Yul versus Legend this Saturday, and that's a best of 15. So, top right-hand side, we have 3 miners out. Now to the 4th. There's a dog camp in the barracks, and there's a drone out as well. Latof obviously does play QM Yuri's Revenge as well. And this tactic gets me quite a lot. He normally goes 0 behind this, and it can be quite difficult. Rocky is out was nice. But it should just go down. But he's very good with his NGs early. Very, very good indeed. And forces the pillbox, and now he'll have to sell these. Look at that. He's very good at this. Now he'll take it now. So look at that, just making him sell off his whole base. He's done this to me before. He sets him back so far here. Nice control from Latof. He's so cool and calm. When we think of CNC net players, when we think of NGs, the first person normally would spring to mind would be Andy. He was the best, wasn't he, at doing it? But Latof's ability with his NG and a flag is so good. And obviously, Yul is a Chinese player, so he'll be more than used to NGs. They don't stop on Chinese. They keep coming. Yeah, Yul playing Allies. Very interesting. See him play Soviet throughout a whole series and then a little bit of Yuri. And then said, oh, when he plays Legend on Saturday, he'll play Yuri. And opens here as Allied. Yeah, didn't expect to see him open like this. Expected to see him play Yuri, actually. Seal out. 3 flags. Flags are quite a good counter against seals. And in the long game, as it goes on as well, your flags come in handy against Rockies. Just means early on that Allied can't really start pushing Harriers and Rockies because they're just going to be non-effective unless you get multiple of them up. Seal goes down there as well, and he trades up with the Rhinos. Did get a shot on this flag over on the left-hand side, which has the NG in, so that's nice. Gets a Battle Lab up here. What does he do? Do we think we'll see a similar to a Big Butt? Do we think we'll see heavy amounts of BFs? I mean, he's got 1 War Factory against 3 already. I feel like Mirages here may not be the best play. Maybe needs a BF. A Tanya 2 or a Spy would be nice. Harrier goes down. There's a Tanya. Tanya, if it could take a War Factory and just try to slow down the Soviet player here. Mirages is the option. Woo, welcome, buddy. Hope you're well. We're doing some good stuff with Blitz. I need to get the unit counter. I noticed you used that as well. Sure it was your stream that I clicked on the other day. Seal coming down the left-hand side. Come right into the corner. Doesn't want to lose this. Tanya is strong. Also, gen deploying, that's all. That's not enough. On the right-hand side, he's getting his Mirages up. Does get the NG, though. But getting his Mirage numbers up. The 3 War Factories. I'll be very mindful I don't miss anything here. Just feel like it's going to be a game where NG's, Tiny's, that sort of stuff going to keep coming just on cue there. Here comes the Tiny. And a little Rhino split into the middle here. It's very nice. He hasn't got anything to defend. There's a Prism and a Power Drop. The Power Drop coming a little bit late. Sells off that. Tanya's deployed. Needs the Rockies to the left and needs to deploy this in there. Winning this fight on this side. Tanya. If you've got a Rhino, get a War Factory. Top side, the Rockies are there trying to help. Tanya is AFK now. Going to force him out with the Rockies. Gets an elite GI as well. And he then just kills off that sentry. And back down to this bottom bit here. Yol, I must say, after being in a difficult position for a long time, is slowly clawing his way back into this. After a really, really nasty start with that NG, wasn't it? But he's getting himself back into this. Oh, a lovely sentry. The Mirage is just moving. They're going to run up with him. And they're just all going to go down. It's almost worth just staying there. At least he would have taken a Rhino or two with him. But this looks now like a GG. It's only 15 seconds ago I was saying this looks like he's got himself back into it. But that little trade there. One Mirage on the field. He's going to rely on... I don't know what he's going to rely on. A few GIs. That's going to be game. That's going to take the first one. Sorry, Yol taking the first. Game number 2. The Soviet versus Yuri. Yul in red has an NG out to capture his oil. It's not pre-captured this map. Some of the rules on Rambo are slightly different. So Yul is playing as Yuri. Latof is as Soviet. Lots of Connies out. This garrison building here is an initiative and very strong. Take 2 Connies with him. Probably just want to deal with that. And get some value though. A little bit of value. Gets the oil. Oh, he wants to come across on the bunk here and stop this. And the mag is out. The mag's nice. Oh, and he just drops it. Double Rhino goes down. Coming in to squish as well. Lasher doing work. So, does lose the oil. This miner wants to be careful now. On a map like this, a miner into there early against a Yuri plane, not something I would be suggesting but recommending. Sentry comes out, 3 brutes here. And the sentry comes as well, going to get the NG, so forcing him to spend money. He brings a radar here, so he's going to commit to this fully. We want a bunker or something. Doesn't like the waterfall in the middle, something like that. There's the gap. Now, he needs to be careful. He could lose the radar here. Deso is there. Deso deploy. He's going to slow down, pushing on the top side. Lots happening early on here already. Deso is still alive. And juggling with the mags here. Deso doing some work. He has got the 3 ores versus 1. But lost the radar as well. So could have done with the radar on the back and then maybe walk with the barracks. Radar was a little bit greedy placing it there, but Deso was doing some work as well. Latof here in the purple is on 1500. Yul is on around the same 1500 or so. A couple of mags in here, trying to outrange that sentry, which they do. And Deso will just look to deploy and push back. Will force Yul into a battle lab. He has 1 oil. He's still having to defend these sentries here. Still hasn't recaptured his oil or taken care of it. At this stage, it may just be worth just taking care of. But disc is out. No flax at present. Let's just come across and take care of this. Disc is out. Leave it. Got a deso. Might get 2 desos here. It does. Good value for the disc. This is half its health, but half its flax also as well. Good value from that disc. Welcome, fish. I have no idea. Yo, Muri as well. Nice placement here for the mags here. Let's push back a little bit. A couple of discs here. Justin got himself into a good position here, yo. Flax and the desos. Maybe a preemptive flak cannon would be nice. Trying to push in here. The mastermind, though, needs to be careful. Needs to be careful. Some nice control. Does trying to overload. Clicks him down. That's nice. Mastermind control there. Latof struggling now a little bit. Rano's going to come in and thin out these flax. And he is struggling for sure. This is a decent army over here. One disc looking to loop around. Doesn't get the deploy. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just the 4 miners versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the Soviet player, and has that extra oil advantage as well. And Elite Lasher now comes out as well. And this is going to be GG, boys and girls. Yul is going to take this to 1-1. There we go. Here we go. So Yul, he plays in pink. He is as Yuri again, and it is Latof who plays as Soviet. So Montana Dimsey, pre-captured airport. Surprised Latof hasn't invested more into trying to stop the scout with the brute. Quite like early on to stop a scout if I'm playing against Yuri. And if you're Soviet, you can just go Connie, stop the brute, and then bring out a rhino, and then go into your miners. It's a good way of trying to prevent the scout. First power drop, so defensive power drop here, just puts the initiates on the war factory. And the early gats just mean that the power drop from Latof is likely to go down. He should notice this and turn back. There we go, and that's just going to be a free power drop. Heal. Initiates can be used to garrison the power, means he doesn't have to spend money on that. There is a flak out early. Three miners for the Soviet. Both players just struggling with their eco here a little bit. Another miner comes out. And an early radar. Oh, we're expecting to see a deso here. There we go. He just comes out. Not sure how much he scouted. Maybe just oh, okay, he does get it. Thought he was going to get a free deso there. Would have been juicy for him. Chaos drone. Good counter against a deso. Drone there to also counter the counter of a counter almost. This would be lovely for the battle lab. Would be pretty big. He needs to spot this. Losing the lab at this stage wouldn't be a good start. And also the radar would really set him back. So let's have a look at his power drop. What's he going to do? Has he noticed it? He'll kill the battle lab quick if he notices it. He doesn't, unfortunately. Nuclear reactor now out, and there's the IC. So potential there would have been pretty nice to counter, stop that IC, make him rebuild it, make him rebuild the lab, make him rebuild the IC. But he didn't, so he has the IC up. Miner's slightly not in the best place. Got a ref there and a ref there, so just needs to sort that out. Building the Iron Curtain, gets a good ref there now. Welcome, Path. Path has always been a big fan of Latof. I'm sure that still remains the same. Yuri Prime here across the water. Siege Chopper is a good counter in Yuri's Revenge for a Yuri Prime. Especially maps you have where you have water on, such as Tubac. It's a good example there. Just garrison up these buildings here with a couple more connies. There's the disc. The disc is going to be a free kill though. Right hand side was a power drop that goes down. Connie's walking forward. There's a Deso there. And this is kind of an army where Andy used to be very strong in a couple of mags. Just think it was a Lasher as well. I think that's what he had as well, wasn't it, Andy? Was that his bull? Now just needs to run from this. Takes out the army, keeps his Yuri Prime alive, keeps the discs alive. A fairly normal trade-off from what we see from these players at this level for the first IC. Gonna move the miners up to the gems, that's pretty nice. Yuri Prime just comes back. 3 war factories for Yuri, 2 war factories for the Soviet, service depot out, fairly common as well. IC counts down pretty quick, there's the miners up to the top left hand side. Genetic mutator has been used. Needs to be careful of the Yuri Prime. Does drone his own flax. Has overloaded how he has. Barracks goes down, that's not an issue whatsoever. Mag juggler not quite going to be enough. Nothing else going on the map, don't believe, no. That's not mining the most effectively here. 4 miners probably needs to sort these, get down here. Spending quite a bit of money here on discs. Don't see that always. Oh, that I see. Yolo will be happy with that. Popped it a decent distance away from his base. What can he get done though? There's another mastermind. He's going to be forced to come out here. Latof probably wants to get out of this situation. There's not a grinder. There is not a grinder. There's a bit of a mistake in his base. There it is this time. Yeah. Whole army cleared up. And grinded as well. Goes to 16k now, yo. Just a little bit of an overcommitment. Well, I say a little bit of an overcommitment. It's quite a big overcommitment, that. That should be a big swing in the favour here of Yo. He should probably go to 2 games to 1 here, one would imagine. Now, that's not out of this yet, but in considerably behind here. In danger of losing this game right now, in fact. They're doing a good job here with the Deaths, just try and keep back and trying to hit these discs. Nice flat cannon there as well. He needs to just spam out the barracks maybe. He needs to try and overload this. And he's just going to use the mutator again. He's on 19k. Latof is on 7k. Yuri Prime is coming now as well. Nuclear missile is on the field. IC is ready. And that Yuri Prime power there as well. So he's in his base now. His spells. They need a lot of this on the field. Can't see nothing else happening. Look at my mini map. There's with the grinder as well. No, Guduyule was using Soviet and Osama was using Yuri. So, yeah, Osama using Yuri, which is his preferred faction in Yuri's Revenge, and Guduyule was using Soviet. His ability early on to harass the Yuri player was the best I've seen in my time streaming. Not that he did anything like wows, but he just really made it hard for Osama to get going. So bottom left is Latof. Guduyule plays top right as Yuri. I actually don't like this map as Yuri. I actually don't like this map. It's one of the few maps as well where if I'm playing Allied and I'm playing against Yuri, this is a map that I don't mind playing against Yuri on. Yeah, there's a couple of maps. Stardusk is another map. I quite like playing that as Allied versus Yuri. But I think this is a pretty good map for Soviet to take Yuri on here. The maps are random, so we're not doing loser picks. We did the same with this series the other day, so it's just random maps from the ladder pool that we used to on Rambo. Yeah, I mean that's the interesting thing. Yeah, first game he plays. I mean he did lose to Latof the first game as allied, but yeah, you can play all three factions quite clearly. Which I mean on CNC net, I'm thinking of players that can play all three faction effectively. Apart from S class, maybe would be Zed Zane. And how many even other Ice class players would play all three factions in one series? Maybe only Andy. Andy would play maybe Soviet against a Yuri player. And he'd definitely play Allied and Yuri. So, yeah, it's very few players that can do this. Back to the game. There's an early mag out. Early mag can be pretty good, though. On the cliff, it's worth doing. And it's why the Soviet player needs an early Deso here. Because he wants to get down to the second level, so he needs to keep a disc. Sorry, a Deso on the cliff. Going to move his miners all the way to the gems. It's going to take a while to get there, but we'll give him gems. And the expansion late game is the interesting one. When do players... Oh, he needed to run around with a drone, didn't he? Yeah, nice mag control there from Yuli. Noticed that. Slight mistake. Needed to come all the way around. Probably doesn't want to go into here and start with these flags. Doesn't want to play around this water area. Some good mag control. He'll kill them for flags. Battle Lab is out. Deso is out. Chaos Drone is there. Seen Chaos Drones get used a little bit more recently. I'm trying to pick that mag. Lasher doing a good job there, helping as well. Mag's still alive. Ops for a couple of drones there. And he'll get one of the drones as well. Good value from these mags. Nice mag control. So Iron Curtain is 3 minutes away. Quick miner count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, looks like 8. The unit counter will be coming soon. Doofus did message me about it the other day saying, come on, dude, get them. Get the unit counter. And what Doofus tells you to do, you do it, don't you? You shut up and you listen. So it will come soon. Drone, I think it was the mag from earlier. I think he got there.
Disc in flight.
A disc out now. No super weapon on the field just yet for the Yuri player. The first IC, there's not really anything to IC drone here. So I think he should try pushing to here and try and stop these miners. I think he should just, if he mines half rhinos, if he ICs half rhinos and half drones, go into lashes here. A preempt flat cannon here would be nice as well. He'll get value from this from as the game goes on. I mean, an IC drone here on these. Yeah, that's Yell's done that on purpose. He said, "I'll push for 4 or 5 lashes here, and you can have them." He's not bothered by it all. I think Latof probably needed to try and get into here, kill a couple of slave miners with that IC, and also a couple of IC drones as well would have cleared out most of them lashes as well. Comes over to this side here now. The issue is Magas on the field with a mastermind, a couple of lashes. Interesting use of lashes here. 1, 2, 3 war factories. 1, 2, 3, 4. All the Yuri players. Still using the lashes are still coming. Different sort of play style here we're seeing from Yellow's Yuri. Haven't seen traditional Yuri players bring these many lashes. It does mean it makes it a little bit harder to overwhelm the mastermind with things like flax, because you can fairly quickly then click on the flax with the lashes and kill them to stop the overloading. Trying to push in now. Still has the Mastermind alive. Nothing else going on the map, just a quick look at the mini-map. He's playing this very different, Yol, but it's been proven fairly effective so far. Look at this. He's just going to click down. The IC is ready. Now we need some drones, or he needs to get this Mastermind out of the way. Another Mastermind coming. He needs drones here. You're already pulling this Mastermind back. That's very intelligent there. So it doesn't allow... yeah, so this IC will get 2 mags and a Mastermind. It should do anyway. And he'll say, yep, that's fine. He'll also say, thank you very much. Latof trying to hang on in here this game. Claw his way back in. It did take the lead on this series, which was a Soviet versus Allied. So it was Latof was Soviet. But Yol's Yuri is proving pretty good here. And Genetic Mutate comes over the bottom right hand side, supports their miners for the blues there. Mining all the way over here, very interesting, and 7 minutes into this game that he's doing this. Does drone the Mastermind. Here comes the nuke. 3 war factories in a barracks, maybe? 2 war factories in a barracks he gets. So it slows down the production, but still has 4 war factories. And has 10k. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for Soviet though. Again, very different army to what we normally see. Lashes, Gats, 1 mag, 1 Mastermind, a couple of discs. It is aggressive play, isn't it? Yeah. Doing a good job here, keeping Latof back. Here come the IC drones. This should get us a bit more value. Genetic Mutate ready again for the Yuri player. Just the first time you feel that Latof can move. He's on 21k and has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 war factories. So still more than in this. It's just a weird fight. Like, he's got rhinos, which he outnumbers the lashes, but there's just a couple of mags in there and discs that just make it a bit uneary, I think. The drones here to come and support as well. That's nice. Lovely play from Latof with the drones there. Love that. It was a nice little loop round to say, okay, you run off from me and then I'll feed you my drones. And yeah, that was very nice. So Latof pushes up the field now. For the first time, you feel like he's in a position where he's comfortable now. A second MCV coming, and the expansion of the Yuri player would be really nice for Yuri. Iron Curtain is now about to be ready. An expansion on the bottom side as well. He is mining on the bottom right as well. So Brute's coming in, but Flax are very good against it. Does deploy the MCV there with the grinder. Nice deploy there. Didn't try to push it up too high. Didn't want to lose that. So there's a feeling of a game that's building to be quite a good game. Brutes, Masterminds, a few Gats. MCV going to be moved again. Preemptive tower. There goes the drones. So he can use... Should really try and get a grinder out here as well. Then maybe could have sent the Mastermind back and get the money. However, he hasn't opted to do that. Does drone both the Masterminds. Brutes are there. Lots of 1, 2... Here comes the nuke. Oh, that's a bloody juicy nuke. I love that. MCV going to go down. And Latof, the CNC player fighting against a Chinese player, is getting himself right back in this game here. Grinder goes down, has overloaded 1 Mastermind. Latof is fighting really well. He's played well here in this mid-game, Latof. Trying to overload. The old tank control has been pretty good, but just too many units on the field now for Latof at the minute. Just look at the expansion on the bottom side as well. Oh, this click here, the mag's going to do some work there. Going to get a miner is here. Yell back up to 15k. Latof now on 11k, so his eco is not as good as it was earlier. Trying to overload again. Discs are there. Now the Masterminds do go down. The Iron Curtain is about to be ready. So here we go. We're over on Pulse, guys. We continue with the Yuri versus Soviet. And yeah, an interesting playstyle there from Yul. He went for lashes. Quite heavy there. at one point looked like it was aggressive, it looked nice, but Latof, to his credit, kept his nerve there and was just able to bring that game back. And his IC was about to be popped there, and his nuke there, I think it killed off maybe 2, could have been even 3 war factories, I might be wrong, but also got the battle lab and the radar. Yeah, I think 2 war factories, a battle lab and a radar we saw in the last game, which was absolutely massive. And credit where credit is due, Yul is a very exciting player. It's nice to be able to observe his games. It's always nice to see somebody new as well, isn't it? So, Soviet versus Yuri. The colours are dark blue and a light blue. 2 random colours on Rambo. Path, probably RA2, probably easier. He's a Chinese player. I don't know really any more than that. He played against Osama the other day, as we mentioned at the start of the stream. Fairly aggressive opening here. Early radar, straight after the war factory. Has the oil, so will help his eco. And he has gems as well, so we can afford to do this, and brings out Alasha as well. Gonna pump the flax. Is a radar coming? Alasha will help him here though. Yeah, looked like he almost just baited that one. Needs to be careful. This is not what you want. People love to see this being dropped. Oh, he doesn't quite. Deso is going to come. Whether or not he'll get this miner here, Sentry comes out. It might just be okay. He needs to drop it. Andy was really good. He's going to drop it here though. He's going to drop it on there. Andy was really good at dropping, wasn't he? Miners on other Lactase Gats and dropping it even on the mag itself with a miner. Early aggression, just a couple of sentries just to try and stop. You see the 3 sentries preempted and a couple of desos now. But what Yola's doing again is being aggressive. He is not one to sit in his base and camp and see how the game goes. He wants to be in your throat. Mag could do some work this time. Gonna get the Rhino this time, one would imagine. Latof's just stuck in 2 mines, whether or not to push in there or not. He has 1 miner really long distance, and he's on 4 miners versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How has he reduced this really well? Don't think a tower will be ready, but I don't think a battle lab you could even dive on either with 3 miners and lose all your army. So, yeah, Yula's been aggressive early here, and you wondered from the back of this what he have on the back of it. But what he has is a battle lab and a whole load of miners. He's killing the flags. And I wouldn't be surprised if this game was coming to the end in the next minute, maybe minute 30. Might be wrong. Might be wrong. Been proved wrong many times for forecasting. But yeah, good deso or something needed here because he's falling behind. No battle lab out as well. The mag control is lovely. It's an awful area for Latof to try to defend. However, he's got his minus here, so he can't. He's got to do something. But yeah, it's just a shit area for him. Miner going up onto the GMs. Battle lab is up now. Nuclear reactor desperately needs his IC here, but I don't think he's going to be given the opportunity to get to that point. Oh, not quite touching. But it's going to go down. There's a mastermind in there as well, which I didn't even notice as well. This is really nasty. Yol playing this perfectly. Yol playing really, really well here. Unit control. Mastermind can come across to help him here. Just a quick look. Yeah, we see 3 war factories, genetic mutator, has miners on the gems. Latof is trying to hold on here, isn't he? He is fighting away, trying to fight back, but he's just not making a dent. Iron Curtain is 2 minutes still away, and a Psychic Dominator ready now as well. Genetic Mutator goes out, does get the Mastermind. Cannot miss the Latof, get himself back in there. Mastermind goes elite, and it's in a perfect area around that water. The mag control, unit control. Oh, nasty. That will spell GG. Unless the Deso can come out. And here come the Lash on the bottom left-hand side. Just look at that. The work of art. That's how you play Yuri, guys. I'm interested. Both players play Soviet here. I was half anticipating both players playing Yuri. Even though Yuri may seem OP on this map, but the really early aggression can be quite difficult for a Yuri player to deal with. Both players opting for Soviet. So Sov versus Sov. First one in this series. You would anticipate this should really favour Latov. Soviet versus Soviet this should be good for Latov. Let's see what Yol's Soviet versus Soviet is like. He had an absolute classic against Osama. They only matched up once, Soviet versus Soviet, and it was a hell of a game when them guys played. So let's see what he's like against Latov, the Deso King. I didn't see if somebody else joined, but Hoyu, I don't know how to pronounce his name. He's the one of the Chinese guys that helps me set these matches up and helps me with various bits, actually. So he's in the room. He set the lobby up, so I don't have to do anything. I literally don't have to press a single button. I just join the lobby. He puts me in some server, and he just, yeah, I'm very lucky. And he'll be quite important if we're going to do something like a crew battle, China versus CNC. Well, drone goes down. So Yul clicks it. He was trying to bring in the Rhino with it as well, wasn't he? Oh, Tesla troop. Must admit, that's quite nice. It means he doesn't have to cancel out a miner if he was building it. So early radar from Yul. Yeah, interesting with the Yuri pick, yeah. Oh, gets that Rhino. Oh no, Latof. Oh, it does notice it in time. Battle lab out for you. Here's 4 miners. 2 miners are mining ore. This is a map where really, in the first 3 and a bit minutes, you don't really want to be mining ore. You want to get over to the gems, but he's going for an Iron Curtain here. This is a really early Iron Curtain. Iron Curtain's going to come out within the first 3 minutes. That is quick. That is pretty quick to get an Iron Curtain. So Latov will get a second war factory soon. Tank control here, Yul doing a good job. Here's the drone who wants to get a miner still. Apocalypse comes out. Is that a misclick or is he feeling extremely confident? What is going on there with that? Boris. Wow, this is Soviet versus Soviet against Latov. One of the very best players in the game. Especially Soviet versus Soviet. Apocalypse comes out. But Boris comes out. Boris is really nice on this map, though. Boris is definitely not a troll or anything like that. It's a really good unit on this map. Apocalypse looks like a misclick, to be fair. 3 war factories versus 1 Iron Curtain in 2.5 minutes. So he's going to out-tank here, Latov, but of course, Iron Curtain is Yul's opportunity to thin out the Rhinos. Nice, that's a deploy. Iron Curtain 1 minute away. Could try and cut these off. Yeah, there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 miners for our player in orange fighting out from the CNC. 3 miners on this side, 3 miners on this. Tell us 6 miners. 3 Apocalypse now. Oh my god. His buildings will melt if he goes for them. Apocalypse is so strong. Rhino's pushing in. I wonder what's going through Latof's mind. I wonder if Latof is going to message me after this and be like, "What? Who the fuck did you just set me up with? Like, who is this guy?" Latof pushing in across to the miners and going to lose that. And yeah, I don't really know what to say. Yeah, a long time. No, I must admit, not S-Class do I see Apocalypse and Tesla Troopers out. That's a good point made in chat. I don't have. We can find out. I would imagine he does. And even if he doesn't, I'm sure his skills will be transferable for sure. IC comes in with the Rhinos. Deso's there to try and help, but these Iron Curtain tanks don't make any difference with the radiation. So RIC pushing in. Doing a good job here, Latof, actually, of keeping out of the way of these Rhinos. Trying to get the less damage as possible. He clicks the tanks incredibly well. Desos do help. He keeps alive. 3 Apocalypse back on the field. Because obviously they are the OP strat boys and girls. A nuclear missile on the field now. What is Latof thinking? Yeah, there's not much I can do about it because they do random colours on Rambo, so yeah, of course, it is a bit confusing, but there's nothing really I can do. Unless I just put both, and maybe when I do Rambo show matches, I should just put the colours as white on either side, maybe. That'd probably be a better option, wouldn't it? But they do random colours, so... But cheers, yeah. Yeah, neutral. Apox on the cliff. This has very much become like fun games now, isn't it? As we call it, like more Apocalypse coming and industrial plant coming out. This isn't against Latof, but bear in mind he's playing Latof. Soviet versus Soviet. Kirov comes out for Latof. I wonder if Legend is considering cancelling his best of 15 on Saturday with Guduyule. Apox pushing forward. Iron Curtain 2 minutes away from Latof. Apox chasing these Rhinos. Apox still coming out. They can also kill the Kirov. So we go again, same spots, Allied versus Soviet. So Great Britain for the player in green, which is yellow. Latof plays as orange. So it brings out a couple of GIs. Yep, they're continuing to come. Very small map in each other's face. And the high cliff advantage, like the high advantage here, can be quite nice for the oil. Just gives you a slight advantage, maybe on a sentry. But it does get a really long placement from. I didn't realise the sentry would reach that far. You can just come across to the barracks now, or walk around. A lot of GIs. Oh, nice double sentry. Latof will be used to this sort of stuff because of blitz, but it needs to bring the miner and a sentry at the same time. You'd imagine a Deso is probably on its way with a radar, but maybe he has enough to just keep holding. An NG flat comes out. Sells off the horses. He's so good with his NGs. He's going to run them over now. I didn't see the flak's still alive. Latof eco is struggling. He's on 2 miners versus 2. Both players still with an oil. He stopped mining his GMs though because of this flak coming across. Whose position would you prefer to be now? Still with an MCV is Yol, but he can't mine his gems. And if he's to lose this oil, which he's likely to do here, has the pillboxes. Oh, nice defense from Yol. Needs to come up to this side maybe and not go into them. Another miner comes out. He's on a timer here, Latof a little bit. Another pillbox coming out. Has got 4 rhinos versus 3, and Latof in a good position here. Still has this flak as well to be really annoying. This flak looking for a power would be nice. Does sell it. So has low power now. Latof in a good position here. The aggression is coming. Nice fight back there from Yol though, just with that pillbox. Click down on a rhino. Maybe a GGI. A GGI is what he needs. He's got 1200. A GGI here is going to click on the War Factory. Yeah, just a GGI maybe in there. Could have maybe helped him to swing a difference. They're so good. Now a miner that will spell trouble. Still has this oil, so still getting a little bit of money come in. The refinery. It's going to take a lot of damage here, but will get the refinery. Connie's coming, a lot of them as well. GGIs are rally pointed, aren't they, unfortunately. Coming a bit late. Needed them a little while ago. Comes across to the pillboxes. Well, there we go. There we go. Well played to Latof. Good sell as well. And we are back with the Yuri against the Soviet. It's been a fun Yuri versus Soviet. This is an obvious map where a mag, if not dealt with early, could be pretty effective on the cliff. And obviously you move the miner up to there, so again another cliff. So you need a deso. You need a deso on, you know, sitting on these corners. You know, you do need an early radar here. Just a reminder to you guys that are here, we have Legend versus Guduyule, so the same player, is on Saturday. It's 3 PM GMT, and that is a best of 15 on Yuri's Revenge. So that is Saturday. Make sure you tune in. Here comes a mag, so the next building really wants to be a deso here. And next building really wants to be a radar, so obviously the deso can come out. Apologies. Mag is coming. Needs a deso here. I'm going to pull these miners back. A ref is coming here. It's just going to pull his miners back for now, but it means he's not mining his gems. Just the 3 war factories for the Urian player. Surely, and then mag comes this side. This nice sentry. Oh, and he gets the. Oh, he's got to be so careful here. Oh, oh no. Oh my god. Devastating. Absolutely devastating. Gets the ref out. Goes to 2 miners. Wow, what have we just seen? No, surely he can't reach it. Oh no. GG. If he gets this map. Oh, he saves it. Okay, he fights on for a little bit longer. Latof is in serious trouble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 miners versus 2. He needed an early deso. He needed an early deso, didn't he? Do I have time to stream? I probably do. Yeah, probably do, to be fair. If he'll play for free, though, because I'm sponsoring a hell of a lot these next few days. I've got a $30 one as well on Saturday, so... Unless someone else wants to stream it, if Guduyule will only pay for the money. I'll ask him. It may be late his time as well, obviously, China. I'll ask him. Thomas, just a Chinese player. Just a guy called Guduyule. Basically, yeah, I do agree. Yeah, I do agree. This spot here, if you're playing a Soviet, is a lot more safer, isn't it? Because that patch there is free, and if you're mining in and around here, you've got a little bit more protection. This one up here, like, well, yeah, I definitely think the top right is the harder of the one. So he's trying to get his mining numbers back up, and in fairness to Latov, he has done so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for Yuri versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for Sov. So he has got himself back into this in terms of mining numbers, but it means at what cost? So he's behind with War Factory numbers, which is fairly normal, to be honest, actually, because you push for the Iron Curtain Industrial Plant. However, as I just mentioned, he doesn't have an Industrial Plant, he doesn't have a Battle Lab, he doesn't have an Iron Curtain. He has none of them things, so he is behind. So he's just going to try and hold on here with the Deso. Just see if he can claw himself back into this. Did see him claw himself back into a game on Divided Ascent where we felt like he was just starting to get pushed behind. Push behind or fall behind? I reckon fall behind is what we should be saying. Nuclear reactor now out. So the Iron Curtain is about to come on the field in the next 10 seconds or so. Genetic Mutator is now ready. It's going to be a nice eco boost indeed. There we go. Iron Curtain is ticking down, but this is going to be a scary push. Now, if a Mastermind comes, which it is on its way, and then pushes into that, that's quite a hard hold. Iron Curtain is 4 minutes away. 1, 2, 3, 4 war factories. Nightshades, welcome, buddy. Welcome, buddy. If you want to see something juicy, if you want to see something fun and a bit different, when this stream finishes, go on to the game of Soviet versus Soviet Tour of Egypt. I'm sure you'll enjoy that one. So Latop, you've got a really poor start here with the mags. He's struggling. He is struggling. The Iron Curtain is still 2 minutes away. Trying to bring some, and the tank control there was lovely. Just brought them gats out in front. He anticipated that the force shield was used. He anticipated that the drones were going to try to come to save him, and he just pushed the gats out in front, took care of them. Pushes in now. The Mastermind is there. It has been overloaded, and he turns it around to click on the MCV. Is a service depot out, but it's just one war factory, and the Rhinos pushing in. What an awful start Latov got, and he's going to be punished for it at this level. You will be.
Tech building captured. Player
Here we go.
defeated.
This is Soviet versus Yuri again. Unfortunately, the colours aren't great for you guys either. So in red is Latov. So just a reminder, Latov is in red, and in the blue colour is Guduyule. Once the stream's finished, I'll put the colours neutral for Rambo. I mean, there's no reason why I couldn't do that between games, actually. So Soviet versus Yuri. What do I think of this matchup on this map? I quite like this for the Soviet player. It's a decent sized map, and the two oils make it a little bit hard for the Yuri player to defend. Splits aren't the strongest point of Yuri. Nightshades, Huyu, I think that's how you pronounce his game, is become a good friend of mine in terms of helping myself on Rambo and getting things set up. He's a good link between the community of CNC and Rambo. He's in the game, he's hosting it, so I literally don't have to press a single button. I just join the lobby and he does it all for me. Hard to make that one. Good. God. Yes, pretty good. Yeah, maybe I need to work on what I'm going to call him. Or we could give him a funky nickname, couldn't we? So Connie's coming on this right-hand side. As mentioned, it is difficult to defend these oils early for Yuri. Trying to come for this miner. Mag out, lash out. Gary likes the lashes, doesn't he? Does like the lashes. The oil would be nice, but the mag is coming. We should turn now. See if we can turn now. And it's going to push up the field here. It's going to allow him to have this. Once the quantities are there, he can then bring these rhinos back. String goes down. So get to the oil and stops the oils, the gems being mine for now. There's radar out, so he doesn't make the same mistake as the last time, taking too long, and brings a barracks up there, so in the event of a mag walking up to the left hand side, he can just switch over and put a deso there. I would like to see Latof push a miner onto this ref as well, so not 4 miners on 1 ref. Not a massive factor, but something he could potentially do. A few Connies here walking. Could just place the Connies there, see how long you can get away with killing off some slave miners. And Latof now opts to move his miner. Just pushing him a little bit too further than what I mentioned. Chaos Drone is out. There's a deso in this, one would imagine. Chaos Drone has gone walkies, or is there an NG? Or it's an NG. Does take care of it. Didn't expect an NG. Quite difficult to NG a Yuri player. Gats are pretty strong at taking down NGs and flag, especially with one with a bunker so near. See that bunker there, just able to reach with that Gat in. So still obviously not on these gems. Obviously Yuri has the advantage to move the miners, so at some point I wouldn't be surprised if he does get onto them gems, but for now he's not mining gems. Iron Curtain is out for the Soviet player. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 war factories and pushing miners. It's pushing miners out of the war factory, and this is something you do see quite common with Yuri players. I think players on Rambo do this a lot as well. Once you get them 5, 6 war factories, you can just quickly push 3 or 4 miners out. This means for such a long period of time that Yuri gets going to be good. Trying to get some work done with the drones. Gets a Chaos Drone. Looks like that's all, but that is a pretty big unit to get because it means now his desos can walk and free to roam. Split on the left hand side, so can deploy the desos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 war factories. Minus 1 there, 2 there, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Doesn't have as many miners as I thought he did. He's struggling with his eco. He's broke. He is broke. Niska's out now as well. Nuclear missile is out for Latof. He has 7k. And he has an industrial plant. So his war factory numbers will start to push. Nothing on the top left hand side just yet. Drones have been used. Going to push away now. And he's forced to come back with his lashes. Oh, it's just a little bit single file there for Latof, not the best. Mags at the back here and a mastermind as well. Has some drones out. But there is a Gat in there. 2 Gats in fact. Can melt the drones pretty fast. Oh, just the Gats there slightly out of position, allowed for his drones to get in. There's a scary base building up on your road. 3 war factories now for Sov. The first spike of lag we've seen. You see that speed up there. Just lagged a bit there for myself as the observer. So all this is happening at normal time for these guys. Not first time I've seen this happen. As I see the flak which comes onto the disc, let's take care of that. Back to normal. There's a Lasher there, which is a veteran. Latof trying to fight away. He's on 20k. Look at these Lashers coming. There's no gas, so could just keep going with the drones. Nuclear missile is now ready. And the desos and the drones will do a decent amount of work here. The MCV could be saved with the 4 shield. Lashers are non-stop coming here. Where's he going over to the miners? Going for the nuclear missile. Will get it. So it needs to rebuild. Here comes the nuke. 3 war factories and a radar. Has money, Latof, so even though he may have lost some miners there, I believe he did. Does have money, but he's got to get his power back on. It's going to take a long, long while for this nuclear reactor to rebuild. 1, 2, 3, 4 war factories now. Had to rebuild the barracks as well. All of his miners come to the gems in the middle. Well, I say all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's an 8th miner down there and a 9th miner there. Black troopers coming out. Latof spending his money. He's got it, so why not use it? Drones coming down there. Nuclear... sorry, the Iron Curtain is now ready. Is Latof out of this, or is he still in it? What do we think? Genetic mutate needs to be careful. Genetic mutate. I think he's forgot about this. This genetic mutate needs to be careful. Genetic mutator. There we go. Iron Curtain. It's not good. Needs these flags back. You can see it happening. Latof just forgetting himself there about that. Deso will come across, and one would imagine it will save the nuke. But losing your IC there at one point, you need to deploy that as well. Please do deploy it. Do not lose your nuke. Bringing some miners across here now, they're mining gems. They're automatically coming across. Just look at the base. Guduyule Yuri is scary, isn't it, boys and girls? Just keeps bringing these lashes. Has so many war factories. Look at this mining. Not even 10 minutes into the game, and he's on the other side of the map mining his ore. Trying to defend with the Desos. It's a very strange game, isn't it? And I lost for words a little bit on how what I should be commenting on, what I should really be saying. Desos are still here. Latof has 12k still in the bank. It just takes... Guduyule, you feel like here is very, very much in control. Feel like he maybe have another gear he could go up to if he likes. What I mean by that is he could still go up another couple of skill levels if he really needs to turn it on. The network here is struggling. Yeah, we're just struggling with the connection here now. Yeah, it looks like there may be a DC, but I think the game's won anyway. Apologies. Apologies for that. It looks like we're having some issue with connection now. I wonder if Latof will quit out and step the B, but it doesn't look like he's trying to carry on. The connection's now sorted out. Still pushing miners from the war factory. Yeah, I think Latof has surrendered here. I think Latof has surrendered here. Yeah. I just got to kill the buildings then, I guess. How many miners there is? I'm giving the win to YOLO for sure. YOLO definitely was more than winning that game. So I think when we had issues with connections, I think Latof DC'd. So over on Country Swing, YOLO plays as Yuri. He's in the green. And on the top side is Latof. He plays in yellow. So yellow and green. Soviet versus Yuri. Brute comes out. Isn't going to stop the Brute from scouting. As I mentioned earlier on Montana, sometimes Soviet player will build 5 or 6 connies from the barracks early to try and counter the scout, but it does allow him to scout. So map, of course, we know it takes a little bit of a while to get your eco going. No oil, no gems to start with. And Guduyule, how good is he, do we think? 6-3 up here against Latof. Worth mentioning, of course, that Latof's primary game is RE2. Beat Osama 8-1 as well. Yeah, we'll see against Legend on Saturday. It's a best of 15 on Saturday. Guduyule versus Legend. That comes at 3 o'clock GMT over on my channel right here. When it's sponsored again by myself. So we'll see them. Yeah, some allies would have been nice. That was, yeah, we got misled the first game, didn't we? Perg, yeah. No, he hasn't. Of course he hasn't. Has he won a game playing with Zed? No, he hasn't. MCV move on the left-hand side. 4 miners for the Yuri. This forces a sentry. Another miner comes out. Got a long distance. Send a miner, sorry, I should say, to the gems on the bottom left-hand side. Ref comes out. I'll give him a nice eco boost once he get there. 3 o'clock GMT. Oh, we hear a cheer. Not heard a cheer on Rambo before. Do let Miller observe. Here comes a mag. The mag and a gap. He's building this garrison here. There is a deso as well. Oh, gets a bit of chip damage there. Nearly takes the gap. Doesn't quite. Radar battle lab. That is a forward battle lab. That's quite ballsy. I think the word ballsy there is fair. No battle lab just yet for Latof. So Iron Curtain is not here yet. The battle lab already out. And this is what's quite scary. If Yuri starts base walking through the middle, pretty scary. One of a good example of a player that's good against this is probably Legend. Very good at sort of not going down the throat of Yuri, going around either side. But if you get drawn into this area, it can be quite difficult. However, you've also got to do something quite quick because this will keep walking. And once you start walking, you get a bunker with a gat, you get a grinder. It's difficult. The counter now for the desos as well. I think Latof's, one of the things I think Latof could have improved on is his early aggression against, I guess, with the deso. I think he's been quite passive with his desos. You know, Latof was sort of the Deso King. That was his nickname given by the Chinese as well. But he's been quite passive. He could have done more of this and could have done it early. An early radar here with a Deso. Yeah. He has got the nuclear reactor, so he can sell them, not an issue. Almost what he should do. So not so much an issue he lost them, but Kirov coming here. And Guduyule making this look fairly simple at the moment in time. And he's under pressure here. Here's Latof. Iron Curtain is ready in 58 seconds. This Yuri Prime is causing all sorts of problems. Boris is out. And it goes down instantly. This is game. He has made this look so simple here on Country Swing. Guduyule is a really, really strong player. Legend has his work cut out on Saturday if he wants to beat this guy. Trying to push him back. Feel that a tower could come down. There it is. He has nabbed these with the Yuri Prime. So he's bringing out siege choppers. These aren't Latof siege choppers. These are Guduyule siege choppers that he's building off his war factory. These choppers here aren't counted. These are his. This, the siege chopper, genetic mutator, gets 3 brutes. He is in chill mode. He has this army on the left hand side if he wishes to use so. This is impressive. This is strong. And this is probably his second strongest faction as well. Trying to go round now. Look at this Yuri Prime. There we go. GG is called by Latof. GG's. I'm very much looking forward to seeing Latof and Legend take on Guduyule. I fear a little bit for Legend. But he's probably going to come against Guduyule's Yuri. He told me Guduyule that he'll play as Yuri versus Legend. And Legend is our best player from CNC, you would say, to go against a Yuri player.